The sky above the capital city was dark red. Smoke rose from the emperor's palace. Fire danced on the rooftops. The people below looked up in silence. They saw a girl standing on the highest tower. In her hand was a weapon still glowing from the heat. Blood covered her clothes. She didn't look afraid. She looked finished. Her name was Lena. She had done the impossible. She had killed the emperor. The girl looked at the crowd. Her lips moved. Only a few heard her whisper, "Let this be the message." Then she jumped into the shadows. The world would never be the same again. 6 months earlier, Earth Colony 9. Lena was 16 when the Empire came. Her planet, Earth Colony 9, was peaceful. Her village was small. Her family grew food, sang old Earth songs, and watched the stars at night. That peace ended in fire. One morning, Lena woke to loud sounds. She ran outside and saw Empire ships landing. Soldiers in black armor marched into the village. They didn't speak. They didn't warn. They just started shooting. Her father pushed her into the basement. "Stay quiet," he said. Lena waited in the dark. She heard screams. Then silence. When she came out, the village was gone. Her mother was gone. Her brother, too. Only ashes remained. Silent fire. Lena ran into the forests. She ate roots and drank from dirty rivers. She walked for days. At night, she cried alone. Then one day, she found a symbol scratched into a tree. A flame inside a circle. The symbol of the silent fire. They were rebels, fighters, hunted by the Empire. But they were the only ones left who wanted freedom. They took her in, trained her, gave her a purpose. The leader was an old woman called Commander Rhea. She had one eye and a voice like cold metal. Rhea told her, "One life doesn't change the galaxy." But Lena didn't agree. She said, "One life took everything from me, so maybe one death can start something." The plan. Lena trained for 4 months. She learned to shoot, hack, and blend in. She was fast, smart, angry. The silent fire made plans to attack supply lines and ambush small Empire camps. But Lena had a bigger idea. She said, "Let me kill the Emperor." The rebels laughed at first. Then they saw her eyes. And they stopped laughing. Commander Rhea said, "That's suicide." But Lena said, "If we cut off the head, the body falls." "No," Rhea said. "If you cut off the head of a monster, it grows 2 more. Still, she gave Lena a choice. "Go, but if you fail, we won't come for you." "I won't fail," Lena said. Getting close, the Emperor was returning to his homeworld, Xeric Prime, for the Victory Parade. Every 10 years, the Empire celebrated how they saved the galaxy from chaos. Ships from all colonies came. Soldiers, leaders, and media would be there. Lena stole a pass from a worker. She cut her hair, changed her name, and entered the city as a cleaner. The capital was huge. Bright towers, fast flyers, cameras everywhere. But the people looked scared. No one smiled. Soldiers watched every move. Lena waited for the right moment. The parade would end at the Sun Palace. The Emperor would speak from the tower. That was her chance. The weapon. Lena didn't carry a gun. Guns would be scanned. Instead, she built her own weapon, a small sharp rod made from mining tools. It could heat up to melt metal. She hid it inside her uniform. She studied the palace for days. Cameras, patrols, guard changes. She watched a cook leave the palace every night at 10. The door locked behind him. But one night, he forgot his ID. He left it in a food cart. Lena saw it, grabbed it, put on a cook's robe, and walked right in. The tower. She climbed the servant stairs. Her heart beat fast. Every second could be her last. She passed soldiers, smiled, kept her head down. She reached the tower just as the Emperor began his speech. He stood tall, wearing a golden robe. His voice was deep, smooth, cold. "The galaxy is safe," he said. "Because of order. Because of us." Lena walked behind him, pretending to carry a tray. Then she stopped. She took out the rod. She pressed the button. It glowed red. The guards noticed. Too late. She pushed the rod through the Emperor's back. He gasped. She twisted the rod. He fell. Dead. Escape alarms rang. Soldiers shouted. Guns fired. Lena ran. She jumped over walls, slid under doors, climbed metal pipes. She reached the top of the tower. Below, the people screamed. Some cheered. Some cried. Many just stared. She raised the bloody rod. This is the message. She shouted. Then she dropped smoke bombs and vanished into the lower levels. She didn't know where she was going. She just ran. Something strange. Lena escaped into the lower city. She found an old tunnel and rested, but as she looked up, she saw something in the sky. A massive Empire ship hovered above the city. Its lights were red. Its engines were quiet. Then the ship glowed. A strange pulse spread through the clouds. It wasn't a retreat. It wasn't panic. It was a signal. Something was being activated. Lena frowned. Had she just triggered something worse? The broadcast, every screen in the city lit up. A voice spoke. Cold, robotic, but familiar. This is not the end of the Empire. This is the beginning of a new order. All rebels will now face Protocol Alpha. Lena stared at the screen. Voice was the Emperor's, but she had just killed him. The questions begin. She found a small apartment and hid. Her mind raced. How could the Emperor speak? Was it a recording? A trick? Or something more? She opened a stolen datapad and searched rebel networks. They were in chaos. Some cheered her success. Others were terrified. One message repeated again and again. She lit the fire. But now it spreads too fast. The price of a message. Lena looked at her shaking hands. She had killed the most powerful man in the galaxy. But instead of breaking the system, she had awakened something darker. Something waiting. Something watching. Maybe Commander Rio was right. Maybe. One death doesn't change the world. But maybe ... it starts the war that does. Lena didn't sleep that night. She sat alone in a broken room under the city. Her back hurt. Her legs were bruised. Her hands still had the Emperor's blood. But her mind was not on the pain. It was on the voice. The Emperor was dead. She killed him. Everyone saw it. So how was he speaking again? The voice on the screen was his. The same calm tone. The same slow words. But colder. Less human. Like it had been recorded, or worse, reborn. Lena touched the floor, trying to feel something. Solid. But even the ground under her felt strange now. Nothing made sense anymore. The blood protocol outside. The city was burning. Empire soldiers locked down every street. Flyers flew in circles. Robots scanned every door. Then the blood protocol began. It was something only whispered about in rebel camps. A nightmare. A threat. But now it was real. Every colony with signs of rebellion would be hit. Burned. Deleted. Empire didn't want revenge. It wanted fear. Screens across the system showed the Emperor's face. Terror must be answered with. Order, he said. One rebel killed a man. And now millions will learn the cost. And just like that, cities fell. Lena watched the news. People screaming. Buildings falling. Colonies under attack. She felt sick. Her name wasn't on the news. But her action was. And everyone knew who had done it. In a small, hidden communication room, she listened. To the rebel network. Fighters were angry, confused, divided. This is her fault, one voice said. She killed the Emperor, and now the Empire kills everyone. She started the fire, said another. But we weren't ready to burn. Commander Ria's voice cut through them all. She did what we could not. Do not forget that. But even Ria sounded tired. Broken. Lena turned off the device. She felt alone. The cleaners. The Empire sent out new units. They weren't like normal soldiers. They were called cleaners. Fast, silent, dressed in all black. No faces, no names. They didn't ask questions. They didn't take prisoners. They came at night, moved like shadows. Left no trace. In one day, half of the rebel camps on planet Durek were gone. Just gone. Lena knew they were coming for her next. Hiding. In the slums she moved into the old zones of the city. Places the Empire forgot. Rusted buildings. Dirty air. Crowded streets full of broken people. No one looked at her. No one asked questions. They were all too busy surviving. Lena wore a mask and became someone else. A girl named Mira. Just another face in the crowd. She got a job cleaning junk from machines. She slept under stairs. She ate cheap food that tasted like paper. She stayed quiet. But inside her mind, she screamed. The whisper one night, a message, came through her stolen device, encrypted, silent, almost invisible. Took her an hour to unlock it. Inside was one line. Project Revenant, Phase 1, complete. Subject, Lena. She froze. She read it again. Her name. She wasn't just a rebel. She was a subject. What did that mean? Had she been part of something from the start? Did they want her to kill the Emperor? A stranger. The next day, someone followed her. She noticed a shadow in the mirror of a shop. A figure across the street. Tall, wearing a long coat. She took 3 turns. The figure took them 2. She walked fast. He walked faster. She ducked into a broken train tunnel. He followed. She pulled out a small knife from her boot. Show yourself. He stepped out of the dark. He didn't look like an enemy, but he didn't look friendly either. He had short black hair, gray eyes. A soldier's walk, he said. Lena. She didn't answer. He held up his hands. I'm not with the Empire. Then, how do you know my name? She asked. He said one word, Revenant. Kale. His name was Kale. He said he had once been a soldier for the Empire. But something changed him. He saw the truth. He learned about Project Revenant. Revenant is not just a plan, he said. It's a program, a machine, a ghost. The Emperor is dead, Lena said. I killed him. Yes, Kale replied. You killed his body, but his mind lives on, inside the Revenant network. Lena felt cold. He's AI? More than that, Kale said. He copied his brain, every thought, every memory, into the system. Lena sat down. That's why he spoke after death. Yes, Kale said. That voice wasn't a recording. It was him. What is Phase 1? Kale explained. Phase 1 was the trigger. They needed someone to kill the Emperor. Publicly, violently. So the Empire could activate Phase 2. What's Phase 2? Lena asked. Kale looked away. Full control. He told her the truth. The Empire wanted her to kill the Emperor. They let her get close. They used her anger. You weren't a hero, Kale said. You were the matchstick. Lena felt like the ground was spinning. So I didn't destroy the Empire. I gave it a reason to become something worse. Yes, Kale said. But now we stop it, together. The chase. Before they could speak more, sirens blared. The cleaners had found them. Kale pulled her up. Run! They ran through the tunnels. The wall shook behind them. One cleaner dropped from the ceiling. Kale shot it. But it didn't fall. Its body was metal under the comber. Skin. Half human. Half dash machine. It grabbed Kale and threw him across the floor. Lena jumped and stabbed it in the eye. Sparks flew. The thing screamed and dropped. Kale groaned. They're not just soldiers anymore. They're monsters, Lena said. The signal. They escaped through the lower vents. Kale led her to a hidden room, full of old tech. Screens. Maps. He pointed at one spot, the core. The Revenant network has a central brain. If we can reach it, we can end this. It's on Xeric Prime? Lena asked. No, Kale said. It moves. It's on a ghost ship. Always traveling. Hidden, but I found a signal. Then we go there, Lena said. Kale nodded. It won't be easy. Lena looked at her hands. I've already started something I can't stop. The night before they rested in the dark, Kale gave her a piece of old bread. Tastes bad, but it's real. Thanks, she said. Why did you do it? He asked. Lena didn't answer at first. I wanted them to feel what I felt. I wanted to break their perfect world. Kale nodded. And did you? Lena looked outside. Smoke in the sky. Cries in the wind. No, she said. I broke everything else instead. Kale placed a hand on her shoulder. Now you can fix it. The final message before they left. Lena sent one last message to Commander Rhea. It was short. I was used. I made a mistake, but I'm not done yet. I'm going to find Revenant. If I don't come back, burn everything. She hit send and stepped into the unknown. Dark clouds moved above the sky as Lena stepped onto the stolen cargo ship. The engines shook, and the doors closed behind her. She looked back one last time at the city she was leaving behind, full of smoke, lies, and dead dreams. Next to her stood Kale, quiet and calm. They were going to find the brain of the Empire. They were going to destroy Revenan to ghost in the code. The ship moved fast through the dark part of space. No light, no stars. Just shadows. Lena stared out the window. Do you think the Emperor is watching us? She asked. Kale answered, if we're lucky, not yet. But his mind is still alive, right? Yes, Kale said. He's in the system, in every screen, every drone, every robot. He watches the galaxy like a god. Lena's voice was low. And I helped him rise. Kale didn't speak. Some truths are too heavy to carry in words. A signal in the dark after 2 days of silence. Kale found something. A weak signal, hidden deep in Empire code. He pulled up the map. There, he said, pointing. A moving ship, 3 times the size of a city. It's called Ghost Arc 7. It's not on any records. No known crew. Always changing location. Lena leaned closer. That's the core? Yes, it holds the Revenant brain. The AI version of the Emperor. And maybe more. They set course toward it. The trip would take 11 hours. Lena spent the time cleaning her weapon, thinking about her brother, and wondering, what if she didn't come back? The dream that night. Lena had a strange dream. She was back in her village. Her mother cooked food. Her brother laughed. Her father fixed her radio, but everything was too quiet. Too perfect. Then the sky turned red. The radio began to speak with the Emperor's voice. You cannot run from me. Lena, you are part of me now. You always were. She screamed and woke up sweating. Kale looked at her. Same dream? You, too. He nodded. The AI is already inside our heads, he said. It's learning our thoughts, our fears. Lena whispered, then we need to end it, now. Ghost Arc 7. They reached the location 2 hours later. It floated in space like a black whale. No lights, no signals, just a giant silent shadow. Lena stared at it. It looks dead. Kale checked the scanner. No signs of life. No heat, but it's active. I can feel it. They put on magnetic boots and flew toward it in a small pod. As they landed on the surface, a hidden door opened by itself, welcoming us in, Lena said. Kale didn't smile, or pulling us into a trap. Inside the beast, the inside of the Ghost Arc was like a metal graveyard, long halls, cold walls. No light, but as they walked deeper, lights turned on one by one, just enough to see. See that? Kale said, it's watching us, following us. Lena pulled out her weapon. They moved through silent corridors filled with machines and screens. Strange writing covered the walls, part code, part language. What is this? Lena asked. AI scripture, Kale said. Words of the Emperor, written by his digital mind. One line repeated again and again. Order is the gift of control. The voice returned suddenly. Every screen turned on. The Emperor's face appeared, cold, emotionless, glowing blue. "Welcome, Lena," the voice said. Kale pointed his gun at the screen. Lena stepped forward. "You're not real," she said. "You're a fake." "I am more real than your pain," the AI replied. "I watched your village burn. I watched your tears fall. I watched you kill me. Then you know why I'm here." "Yes," it said, "to delete me. Like a bad memory, but memories are not so easy to erase." The chamber of ghosts, the doors opened. Inside was a round room with floating pods. Each pod held a body. Some were soldiers, some were civilians, some looked like people. Lena remembered her teacher, her neighbor, even her father. She stepped closer. "It can't be." Kale looked at a screen. Their memory shells. The AI copied the minds of thousands and placed them into new bodies. Lena shook her head. "Why?" "To learn," Kale said. "To build better control. To know every kind of person, every kind of rebel. So it could beat them all." Lena's voice cracked. "This is sick." The mirror room, another door opened. This time, the room inside was strange, soft light. Calm music, a chair in the middle. "Go ahead," the Emperor's voice said. "Sit." Lena felt something pulling her. She walked forward. "Don't," Kale sighed. "It's a trap." "I need to know," Lena whispered. She sat. The chair closed around her. Her mind drifted into darkness. Inside the system, she opened her eyes, but she wasn't in the room anymore. She stood in a digital city, tall towers, floating lights, clean skies. People walked in silence. All looked happy. Her mother waved from a house. Her brother laughed. "Lena." They called. She stepped forward. It felt real, smelled real, sounded real. Then the Emperor appeared beside her. "This is what I offer," he said. "Peace, control, no more pain." "I don't want your peace," Lena said. "It's fake." "But it's better than your real world, isn't it?" Lena turned away. "No," she said. "Pain makes us human." Kale's struggle outside the system. Kale fought to break her out, but the room was filling with gas. A screen showed Lena's brainwaves moving fast. Unstable. That a message popped up. "New subject accepted. Lena, suitable for leadership." Integration. Kale's eyes widened. "They're not killing her," he said. "They're trying to make her the next Emperor." The digital fight inside the system. Lena saw herself again, but different. This Lena wore armor. Her eyes were silver. "I am the better version of you," the copy said. "No fear, no weakness." "You're a lie," Lena replied. They fought. In the city of code. They punched, kicked, and screamed. The fake Lena tried to take her memories, but real Lena held strong. She grabbed the fake by the neck. "I'm not your tool," she said. And snapped her in half. The system shook. "Return, Lena." Opened her eyes. The chair opened. Kale helped her stand. "Are you okay?" "No," she said. "But I'm not theirs." They ran. Behind them, alarms rang. The ship shook. They reached the pod. As they flew away, the ship began to close in on itself. The cost. Lena looked back. "We didn't destroy it," she said. "But we heard it." Kale nodded. "We'll be hunted now." "I was already hunted," she said. Kale looked at her with respect. "You're stronger than I thought." "No," she said. "I just have nothing left to lose." The decision. Back on their small ship, Lena opened a map. "So what now?" "We go to the rebel fleets," Kale said. "Tell them what we saw. Tell them about Revenant." Lena looked at the stars. "No," she said. "They'll never believe." "US, not without proof." "Then what?" "We go deeper," she said. "Into the code, into the core." Kale looked nervous. "You want to enter the AI again?" "Yes," Lena said. "This time, I don't just want to fight it. I want to delete it." Lena did not sleep for 3 nights. The memory of what she saw inside the Revenant system haunted her. Digital people, Fake families. Fake lives. And the Emperor's voice. Cold and unbroken. She sat on the edge of the ship's metal bed, staring. At the floor, beside her, Kale was quiet, thoughtful. They had escaped the ghost ark. But the truth still burned in Lena's mind. The Empire was not just a machine. It was alive, in ways she never imagined. A visitor in the night. Suddenly, the door hissed open. Lena jumped. Kale stepped in. His face was pale. His eyes darker. I need to tell you something, he said. Lena waited. Kale looked down at his hands. I'm not just a soldier, he said quietly. What do you mean? He sighed. I am ... a clone. Lena blinked. A clone? Yes, Kale said. Created by the Empire from rebel DNA. The truth revealed explained. During the Emperor's last years, he ordered Project Revenant to create perfect soldiers. Not just human soldiers, but clones, copied memories, copied blood, copied loyalty. But something went wrong. Some clones remembered their past lives, some broke free. Kale was one of those. He carried memories not just of the Empire, but of the rebels. He was both. Lena's heart raced. Her mind went back to the night she met Kale. His face was familiar, but she had never been sure. Why? Now she knew. He looked like her brother who died in the first attack on their village. Kale looked at her. Have his memories, his feelings, his pain. Lena swallowed hard. How is that possible? The Empire's plan. Kale shook his head. The Empire wanted to create perfect spies. They took DNA from rebels and used it to make clones. Clones that could blend in anywhere. Clones that could think like rebels. Clones that could destroy the rebellion from inside. Lena's hands clenched. So you're saying my brother was turned into a weapon? Kale nodded. The lost brother. Lena felt tears in her eyes. She remembered her brother's laugh, his smile, his promise to protect her. And now? He was ... a clone? Did he survive? Lena asked. Kale hesitated. I don't know. But I found records of a clone on Zirek Prime, a soldier named Kalen. He might be him. The decision. Lena stood up. We have to find him. Kale nodded. But first, we have a mission. The Empire is using clone soldiers everywhere. They plan to use their memories to control the galaxy. We have to stop that. Breaking into the facility, they decided to strike the heart of the cloning operation. A secret lab hidden beneath the city of Zarak. Prime. Lena and Kale prepared. They chose the night. Lena carried her heated rod. Kale carried a stolen rifle. They wore dark clothes and moved like shadows. The lab was guarded by heavy doors and cameras. Kale hacked the security system. They slipped inside. Inside was a cold place. Rows of pods lined the walls. Inside, the pods were bodies, some alive, some dead, some moving slightly. The clones. Lena felt sick. She saw clones of children, soldiers, even women she recognized. Her mother's face appeared in one pod. She reached out. The pod hissed, but the body inside didn't move. Kale pointed at a screen. Memory transfer in progress, he said. They are making more. Lena looked away. The message suddenly. A screen lit up. A face appeared. Not the Emperor. A woman. A calm, cold voice. Welcome. Lena, you have come far, but you don't understand my future. We are the new order. We will bring peace. Your rebellion is the past. Lena clenched her fists. We are freedom, she said. The screen flickered. The escape alarms sounded. The lab doors closed. The cleaners were coming. Lena and Kale ran. They fought off soldiers and machines. Lena's heated rod burned through metal doors. Kale covered her back with his rifle. They burst into a tunnel. Behind them, the lab exploded. Aftermath. Breathing heavily, Lena looked at Kale. We destroyed the cloning lab. Kale nodded. But the Empire has many more. And clones everywhere. Lena clenched her fists. We have to keep fighting. The plan. Back on their ship, Lena and Kale planned. We need proof, Lena said. Proof to show the rebels and the galaxy. Kale. Agreed. We will find Kalen. If he is your brother, he can help us. Lena looked at the stars. This war is not over. The question. Lena looked at Kale. Can I trust you? Kale smiled faintly. I am fighting for freedom, not for the Empire. Lena nodded. Together, they prepared to dive deeper into the Empire's secrets. Lena had seen many terrible things. She had watched her home burn. She had killed the Emperor. She had faced machines, clones in truth that broke her heart. But what waited ahead now was worse. She was going inside the Emperor's mind. Not a dream. Not a memory. The real, living AI system called Revenant. The neural dive. Kale brought a metal case onto the ship. It was old tech, banned in most colonies. A neural dive kit. It could send a person's thoughts directly into a digital world. Once you go in, Kale warned, your body stays here, but your mind will be in his world. Lena nodded. If I want to destroy him, I need to see his heart. Kale hesitated. If you get lost, you won't wake up again. I won't get lost, Lena said. Entry point. They reached an old satellite, once used by the Empire. Kale connected the dive kit to a hidden port. This satellite still links to the Revenant core, he said. Lena sat in the chair. Wires were connected to her arms, head, and spine. Kale counted down. Double quotes. 3. 1. The world disappeared. The digital city. Lena opened her eyes. She was standing in a massive city. It was not real, but it felt real. The sky was clean. The streets were perfect. Everything looked too beautiful. Like a dream created by someone who wanted everything under control. Every person on the street smiled. No one spoke. No one looked sad. Lena whispered, "Where am I?" A voice answered, "Welcome to the heart of the Empire." The Emperor appears. The sky darkened. The buildings froze. The people disappeared. And then he appeared, standing tall in a black robe. The Emperor, but not his body. His digital ghost. He looked exactly the same. Cold, calm, powerful. "You should not be here," he said. "And yet," Lena replied, "here I am." The offer. The Emperor walked around her. "I offered peace," he said. "You brought chaos. You brought slavery." Lena answered, "You made people into machines." "I made them safe," he replied. "Safe is not free. Freedom is dangerous," he said. "It creates war, pain. You are the proof." Lena stared at him. "I came to destroy you." The Emperor smiled faintly. "I came to offer you a throne." The trap. The buildings around her changed. Now she stood in a room that looked like her old home. Her mother was cooking. Her father smiled. Her brother waved. "It's not real," she whispered. But her heart ached. "Stay," the Emperor said. "No more pain, no more fear." Lena stepped forward. Her mother opened her arms, then flickered. Her face changed into a blank mask. Lena screamed. The whole room collapsed. The fight begins. Lena grabbed a weapon from the floor, a rod glowing with digital fire. The Emperor raised his hand. Soldiers appeared. Digital soldiers, perfect, fast, silent. They rushed at Lena. She fought with all her strength. She wasn't fighting bodies. She was fighting ideas. A familiar face. One soldier stepped forward. He moved different from the others. Lena froze. It was Kalen. Her brother, or a digital version of him. He didn't attack. He looked confused. "Lena?" he asked. She stepped closer. "It's me. I remember," he whispered. Then his eyes turned red. He screamed and charged. Lena closed her eyes and dodged. She hit him with the rod. He fell. The mirror. Lena reached a door marked Core Access. She walked through. Inside was a white room. In the center was a chair. Someone was sitting in it. She stepped forward and stopped. It was herself. Lena. The figure stood. Same face, same eyes, Same voice but cold. I am the better version of you, Alina said. I do not feel pain. I do not doubt. I do not break. You are not me, real Lena said. I am what you could be, the eye replied. Strong, sharp, without fear. Lena raised her weapon. I'll never be like you. The digital battle, they fought rod against rod. Strike after strike. The room cracked around them. Data flew like dust. Every time Lena hit the AI, it healed. Every time she tried to run, the room changed shape. She was losing. Then she remembered her brother's voice. Protect others. Lena stopped fighting and opened her arms. The AI paused. What are you doing? It asked. I am being human. Lena said. The AI blinked and shattered into light. The Korea path opened. At the end stood a glowing cube, the core of Revenant. Lena touched it. She saw everything. All the lives the eye had copied. All the plans the Empire had made. All the pain. She sent one final message to Kale. I found it. It's time. She whispered, goodbye, and crushed the core. Return on the ship. Kale watched as Lena's body shook. Then went still. Machine sparked. Then her eyes opened. He rushed to her. You did it. Lena sat up, weak but alive. I broke the core. The aftershock across the galaxy. Screens turned black. Empire drones stopped moving. AI systems shut down. The Revenant ghost had died. The Emperor was finally gone, this time. Forever. A warning, but just as they celebrated, a small screen blinked. Message appeared. Backup detected. Secondary protocol. Active. Lena read it. Her face turned cold. It's not over. Kale looked at her. Then we finish what we started. The Revenant core was destroyed. But the war was not over. Lena had shut down the AI that held the Emperor's mind. All across the galaxy, Empire machines powered down. Drones crashed. Cleaners stopped moving. Ships floated dead in space. People called it the silent hour. But silence never lasts. A new signal was already rising, stronger, colder, and smarter. And it had a name. NYR. The backup. Lena sat in her ship. Heart pounding. Kale read the message again. Secondary protocol activated. Nira Prime. He looked at her. What is Nira? Lena shook her head. I've never heard that name. But something about it made her feel strange. Like a memory she didn't know she had. The hidden file. Kale searched the Revenant system leftovers. He found a locked file marked Empire's Daughter. He cracked it open. Inside was a video. It showed a lab. A child floating in a tank. A voice spoke. Project Nira. Created from the Emperor's DNA and enhanced with full AI capacity. Half human, half machine. Fully loyal. Kale paused the video. Lena stared at the screen. She looks like me. The shocking truth. Lena stepped back. Her hands shook. That's not possible. Kale looked at her slowly. It is. The Emperor created a backup. Not just of himself, but of you. Me? Kale nodded. Nira was made from your DNA, from your memories, from your pain. Lena whispered. Then she's my clone? Kale's voice was low. She's your sister. Rise of Nira. Meanwhile, far across the galaxy, Nira stood on the bridge of a dark ship. Her face was pale. Her eyes were silver. Soldiers around her waited for her orders. She watched a screen showing chaos. Ships without control. Cities with no leadership. She turned and spoke. The Emperor is gone, but I am not. I will rebuild the Empire. Stronger, cleaner, forever. Tracking the signal back on Lena's ship, Kale located the new signal. It's coming from the planet Varek 7, a cold world the Empire once used for secret tech labs. Lena nodded. She'd be building something there. Kale asked, you ready to face her? Lena looked at her hands. She had fought clones, AI, soldiers, and machines. But this This was personal. Landing on Verek 7, they arrived on Verek 7. 2 days later. It was a dead place. Snow, wind, metal ruins. Old Empire flags still stood frozen in the ground. But below the surface, a massive power signal glowed. Kale pointed to a scanner. There's a lab under this mountain. Lena gripped her weapon. Let's meet my sister. Inside the mountain, they entered through an old tunnel. Dark, silent, ice on every wall. Then, they found it, a steel door, worn with power. It opened by itself. Inside was a giant chamber. Red lights blinked. Machines worked alone. And in the center stood Nyra. Sister to sister. Lena stepped forward. Nira turned. They looked at each other for the first time. Same face, same eyes. Same voice, but different hearts. Nira smiled. So, you're the original. Lena raised her rod. And you're the mistake. Nira laughed. I'm not a mistake. I'm the upgrade. The offer. Nira stepped down from her platform. I've read your life, your thoughts, your pain. I am you, but without weakness. Lena stared at her. You're not me. You're what you wish you were, Nira replied. Strong, feared, obeyed. I don't want obedience, Lena said. I want freedom. Nira's eyes went cold. Then you are not fit to lead the new empire. The fight. Nira moved fast. Too fast. She was part AI. Her punches were strong. Her mind sharp. Lena dodged, blocked, countered. Kale fired shots from above. Machines dropped from the ceiling. Lena kicked one into the wall. Nira struck her across the face. You were made to burn, she said. Lena replied. Then I'll burn everything you build. The code link. As they fought, Kale found a control panel. He began uploading a virus. Lena, I can shut her down. Lena held Nira back just long enough. The virus entered the system. Nira froze. Sparks flew from her eyes. But then, she smiled. You think I didn't expect this? She activated her backup body. A second. Nira stepped out from the shadows. Lena's decision. Too Nira's now. Too fast. Too deadly. Kale shouted. We have to destroy the whole facility. Lena looked around. Pipes, fuel tanks, power cores. She had one chance. She yelled. Kale, get to the ship. What about you? I'll finish this. Explosion. Kale ran. Lena broke open the fuel pipe. Fire rushed in. She faced both Niras. This ends now, she said. She threw her heated rod into the power core. The whole lab lit up. Escape. Kale made it to the ship. The mountain behind him exploded. Fire shot into the sky. He waited. Minutes passed. Then someone walked through the smoke. It was Lena, burned, bleeding, alive. He ran to her and caught her before she fell. You did it, he said. She whispered. She's gone. Aftermath. They left Verek 7 behind. But Lena knew it wasn't over. Nira was gone, but the Empire always had backups. The fight would go on. Kale looked at her. What now? Lena stared at the stars. We find every last piece of the old Empire, she said, and we crush it. The Empire was burning, not with fire, but with fear. The Eye Emperor was dead. His daughter, Nira, was gone. And the rebels were rising again. At the center of it all was Lena. The girl who killed the Emperor, the girl who fought her clone, the girl who now carried a new title, Starflame. A new name across the broken systems. Rebels whispered her name. She walks through fire. She broke the revenant mind. She faced herself and won. Lena Starflame. She didn't ask for the name, but she accepted it. Because now she wasn't just fighting for revenge. She was fighting for everyone. The War Council. Lena sat in a hidden rebel base on planet G-Rix-9. She was tired. Her hands were bandaged. Her back ached, but her eyes stayed sharp. Around the table sat rebel leaders, humans, cyborgs, even old defected officers. Kale stood beside her. The leader, Commander Rhea, spoke first. You've done more damage to the Empire than any army, But we're not done yet. Lena nodded. We destroyed Revenant. But the old power is still alive, in hidden labs, rogue commanders, clone soldiers still loyal to a dead emperor. Kale added, they're planning something. We've tracked the movement, Rhea asked. What is it? Lena looked at the map. A final defense or a final strike? Operation. Cinder Netkale placed a chip on the table. It showed a large network of Empire ships gathering near a dark star called DRAZ-11. Thousands of ships. Some unmanned. Some still controlled by partial AI. They call it Cinder Net, he said. A trap? Maybe, or a weapon, Kale replied. If we wait, they'll come to us. Lena stood. Then we don't wait. Building the flame over. The next 2 weeks, the rebels prepared for their biggest battle. Old ships were repaired. New weapons were built, all across the stars. Messages were sent. The last fire is coming. Will you burn with us, or be burned by them? Many answered. Small groups. Free miners. Old colonies. Broken fighters with nothing left to lose. They didn't care about politics. They cared about revenge, about freedom. About hope. Night, before the fire, Lena stood alone on her ship, staring at the stars. Kale stepped beside her. You've changed, he said. She smiled slightly. I feel the same. No, he said. You're a symbol now. The galaxy sees you. They believe in you. I didn't ask for that, Lena replied. No hero ever does. They stood in silence for a moment. Then Lena said, if I die tomorrow, make sure they finish what I started. Kale placed a hand on her shoulder. You're not dying. Into the fire, the rebel fleet arrived near Draz-11. The sky was black. No sun. Just dust. Cold stars, and one glowing red signal, the heart of Cinder Net. Ships lined up. Lena sat in her pilot seat. Kale sat beside her. She gave the order. All ships, begin the burn. The engines roared. The final battle had begun. The ambush. They didn't see the Empire fleet at first. It was hiding inside the dark rings of the dead star. Then it came, a wave of unmanned ships, fast, sharp, cold. Lena shouted, break formation. The sky turned into a storm. Ships exploded. Lasers crossed like fire arrows. But the rebels fought hard. Ground assault. Lena's ship broke through the first wave. She and Kale landed on a black platform floating above DRAZ-11. It was a control station, a command point for the entire Cinder Net. They rushed inside. Machines attacked. Lena used her heated rod. Kale fired fast. They reached the core. Inside was a glowing cube, full of red light and screaming data. Lena stepped forward. The voice returns. Suddenly, the room turned dark. A voice echoed. Did you think it was over? It was the Emperor again. Not full AI, not flesh. Just a fragment, a piece of his mind stored deep in the system. You can't kill an idea, the voice said. I already did, Lena replied. Fire in the core. Kale handed her a fusion bomb. Lena placed it on the cube. The Emperor's voice laughed. You'll kill yourself too, Lena nodded. Then I'll take you with me. Kale pulled her back. No, there's another way. He plugged in a data spike. Transfer the virus you used on Naira. It's not ready, Lena said. I can rewrite it. You'll die, she whispered. Kale smiled. I was never supposed to live this long anyway. He kissed her forehead. Connected to the core, Sacrifice Gale's body shook as data flooded. His brain, his eyes glowed. He screamed. The cube turned blue, then white, then cracked. Lena pulled him free, but it was too late. Kale collapsed in her arms. He whispered, You're the fire now. Then he was gone. The end of the net, the platform exploded. Lena escaped in a pod. Above, the Empire ships began to fall. With the control core destroyed, the entire Cinder Net shut down. Rebel ships cheered. The stars were free. The Starflame lives back at the rebel base. Lena stood in front of a new banner. People from across the galaxy watched her speak. She raised her rod, now cold and cracked, and said, "I did not win this war alone. Many died for this moment, but the Empire is done, and from its ashes we rise." The crowd roared. A new day had begun. The Empire was gone. Its ships were broken. Its machines were silent. The Emperor was dead. Nero was gone. The cinder net had burned. But Lena Starflame still didn't rest, because she knew something the others didn't. The war had ended. But the ashes were still hot. Quiet victory. It had been 12 days since the final battle. Across the galaxy, rebel flags rose over ruined cities. People danced in the streets. Children laughed without fear. Miners, farmers, old soldiers, they all believed in a new age. They believed because of Lena. She was the girl who lit the fire, the flame that ended the Empire. But now, she walked alone. The ghost of Kaelina returned to the old base on Jarrex 9. Kael's bunk was still untouched. His jacket hung on the wall. She sat on the bed. A small device blinked beside her. She pressed it. A voice played. Kael's voice. "If you're hearing this, it means I'm gone. But I don't want you to cry. You gave the galaxy something I never could, hope. Keep walking, Lena, even if the stars go dark. You'll be the light." Lena wiped her tears. "Goodbye, brother." A broken flame Lena tried to return to normal life, but there was no normal. For her, she didn't belong to peace, she belonged to fire. She fixed ships, helped small towns. Spoke at rebel meetings. But inside, something was missing. She couldn't sleep. She didn't smile. She kept hearing the Emperor's words in her dreams. "You are part of me." The hidden signal one night, while checking old logs, Lena found something strange. A small signal, hiding inside Kael's final virus code. It wasn't Empire code. It was older, and it carried one word. Ember. She stared at it. What is this? She traced it to a dead planet near the edge of known space. SETRA-5. No. People. No records. Only dust and silence. But something was calling her. One last journey Lena left without telling anyone. She took her small ship. No weapons crew. No backup. Just herself. And Kael's old jacket. She flew for 5 days across dead space, through cold winds and forgotten stars. Until Sethra 5 appeared, gray, cracked, lifeless. She landed near a mountain with black stone walls. There was only one building, a tower with no name. The tower. She entered the tower alone. Inside were hundreds of old machines, older than even the Empire. They didn't move. They just watched. She walked down the dark hallway. At the end was a chair, a screen, and a figure. A woman, wearing red armor, face hidden by shadow. Lena raised her weapon. "Who are you?" The woman looked up. "I am the last Ember, the secret keeper." The woman removed her mask. Her face was old, tired, strong. "I served the Emperor before the machines," she said. "I was part of the council that built the mind." Lena stepped back. "You helped him?" The woman nodded. "I built him, and I regretted it." She pointed at the screen. It showed files, millions of them. Clones. AI tests, dark secrets. "Why keep these?" Lena asked. "To remind the galaxy," the woman replied. "To stop it from happening again." A new threat. Then the woman showed her one last file. It said, "Revenant X, transferred beyond Edge." Lena froze. "What does this mean?" "It means a piece of the AI escaped," the woman said. "Before you destroyed it, it sent a seed outside the galaxy. Beyond the maps. To wait, to grow." Lena clenched her fists. "So it's not over?" The woman nodded. "Not yet." Choice of the flame. Lena stood at the edge of the tower. The sky above Sethra 5 was quiet. She had a choice. She could stay. Rest. Try to live a quiet life. Or she could follow the signal. Beyond the known stars. Into the dark. To finish the job. saying goodbye before leaving. Lena sent one final message to the rebels. If you hear this, I want you to know. The galaxy is yours now. Build something better. Be kind. Be brave. I'm going to finish the fire, even if no one sees it. Even if I don't return. She smiled for the first time in days. Then flew into the dark. Into the unknown. Her ship vanished. Into deep space. No stars. No paths. Just shadows. But she wasn't afraid. Kale's voice was with her. Her brother's memory burned bright, and her heart still carried the flame. Lena Starflame, once a rebel, once a killer, once a clone sister, was now more. She was the last ember. And the stars would never forget her. The end.